Very happy to be with all of you. There was a break of 2 days. I was a little bit busy and into certain services. So thus we could not have the classes, but nevertheless we would like to continue our discussion. So we'll start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Snapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namne Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jaitam Surato Pangor Mama Mandamatirgati Matsarvasvapadam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Panghum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. First of all, I would like to welcome each and every one of you to our Srimad Bhagavatam discussion this morning, evening, whatever time of the day. And I'm very happy to be discussing the Paribhashika Sutra, meaning this is that shloka or the verse in Bhagavatam that lightens up the entire Shastra. And we are so very fortunate that we are getting this opportunity to churn in this verse, and we are halfway through, right? There's a lot more nectar coming in. So, requesting all devotees to turn on your videos if that's possible for you, so that we can have very wonderful discussion. I'll feel that we are all taking part together. We are all in together. And till the time the devotees are enthusiastic, the speaker is empowered to speak. Right? In fact, how did the Srimad Bhagavatam start? Shukadeva Goswami was such a personality who kept roaming from one place to another place wherever the Paramatma would inspire him. And he would only stay there till the time it would take to milk a cow. How much time is that? Probably just maybe around 20 to 30 minutes. It is unimaginable, unthinkable to even, understand this fact that he stayed for 7 whole days and 7 nights just to speak Katha, Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. So that is the eagerness of the listener. So it's actually the eagerness of listener, the consciousness of the listeners, the audience that really blesses and empowers the speaker to be able to speak something. So that's why I'm requesting all of you that you all can tune into the best of your consciousness so that we all can become very, very Krishna conscious through this discussion. Thank you. And one of the ways of doing it, I know, is by turning on video. Because if we turn on video, we all have to be a little serious. Oh, okay, Prabhuji may be watching us. Yeah, I'm watching all of you time to time. I'm watching who are all turning on video, who are all not. Yeah, I'm doing that. So please be there. And yeah, so let the discussion begin. So we were in the middle of this wonderful paragraph. We saw that how Krishna exhibits his 6 opulences in different avatars. That's the last thing that we were discussing. Now we are entering into a very, very confidential section, and I request devotees to please volunteer for reading Okay, so let's begin. Okay, Riya Mataji, she can go ahead reading. All right. So here we are. Yes. So you can start reading from here, Mataji. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Riya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So, all the different indirectly or directly empowered incarnations of the Lord manifested different features, but Lord Krishna, the primal Lord, exhibited the complete features of Godhead. And thus, it is confirmed that He is the source of all other incarnations. And the most extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Sri Krishna was his internal energetic manifestation of his pastimes with the cowherd girls. His pastimes with the gopis are all displays of transcendental transcendental existence, bliss, and knowledge, although these are manifested apparently as a sex law. The specific attraction of his pastimes with the gopis should never be misunderstood. The Bhagavatam relates these transcendental pastimes in the 10th canto. And in order to reach the position to understand the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, the Bhagavatam promotes the student gradually in 9 other cantos. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for reading. Okay. So initially we saw this particular concept that every single avatara is exhibiting one of the opulence of Lord prominently. We had beauty of Balaram, Vamanadev, Mohini Murti. We had strength exhibited by Narsimdev Bhagwan, Parshuram, etc. So we all had this discussion in the last class. Those of you who missed the part 1 can go back to the YouTube channel and you will get to know the wonderful discussion that we had. But Krishna is called as God. And where is this definition coming? Now Bhagavatam is telling here Ete Chamsha Kala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. But the particular definition of Bhagavan comes in the Vishnu Purana. Vishnu Purana is written by Parashara Muni. Parashara Muni is the father of Srila Vyasdev, Krishna Dvaipayan Vyas. So he wrote this Vishnu Puran where he gives the very beautiful definition of Bhagavan, of who is Bhagavan, one who is full in all 6 opulences. Aishwaryasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yashasasriya, Jnana Vairagyo. So these 6 opulences, one who is fullest, who is exhibiting this 100%, such a person is Bhagavan. Other incarnations may not be 100%. So with that definition, Krishna is God, right? So many times we find people accusing ISKCON devotees. You people have made Krishna as God, but actually Krishna is an avatar. It is Vishnu who is God. But if you look at the Shastras, they very clearly say Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Vishnu is the official name of Krishna. Even if you read the Vishnu Puranas, there are 6 books in the Vishnu Purana. And the book of Krishna is the largest, having the maximum pastimes and stories. There's an exclusive book for Krishna. Why? Separate. There is even a philosophy which is not correct shloka actually. It's not philosophically correct. Some people, they kind of compose the Sanskrit verse. They say, Akasham patitam toyam yata gachanti sagaram sarvadeva namaskritya keshavam pratigacchati. So they say just like the water that falls from the rain ultimately ends up entering into the sea. Similarly, you just bow down to any god, Keshavam Pratigachati. The obeisances all go to Keshava. Although the sloka is incorrect, the philosophy is incorrect, but still they have made Krishna or Keshava stand outside. And the very meaning of Keshava, what's the meaning of Keshava? Keshava means who is the Ishvara, who is the Lord of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. How can somebody be Lord of himself? Only Krishna can do that. Right? So that's why Shastras always say, Kala Ishwara Krishna Arasabha Bhritya. The real Ishwara, the original controller, the only original personality of Godhead is Krishna, and all others are Bhritya, servants, including Balaram, Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Narayana, Mahavishnu, all of them. They are all here simply to serve Krishna. So that was one part. The second part is something which is very interesting. So once there was a devotee who was holding the book Nectar of Devotion. How many of you have held this book Nectar of Devotion or seen this book? They will all be able to relate it. Just go and look at the picture. The picture is of a pink cover and Radha and Krishna together. And that devotee was so very absorbed in the Dakshina Vibhaga. Dakshina Vibhaga is the second part, which is describing about Krishna's wonderful qualities. Krishna has many qualities, unlimited qualities, but 64 qualities are prominently enumerated. So he was discussing, he was reading that, he was so absorbed. And the cover shows Radha Krishna together. So one of the persons thought that he is reading some sensual literature. So he just grabbed his book and started reading. Is there anything sensual in this? Is there anything which is erotic in this? So he started reading immediately. He got a doubt. Then he gave it back. Sorry. How can this person read so much? Right? So many times people look at Radha, Krishna. Sometimes boys and girls walk into the temple. They look at Radha, Krishna. They say, oh, Radha, Krishna, boyfriend, girlfriend. We both also boyfriend, girlfriend. Same. No difference. So this is very foolish and stupid for people to think like this. Right? So many times people who, because of their ignorance, they address Krishna as, oh, he's a playboy. He's just playing around with women. Like that. But we need to understand that as per the Shastras, this is the highest form of service that one can perform to Krishna. Through the Rasa Leela. Let's try to understand how Rasa Leela is justified. First of all, when Rasa Leela was performed, what was the age of Krishna? Krishna was just 8 years old. Right? And all other cowherd girlfriends were also of the similar age. And normally even in this world, there is nothing wrong when children, boys and girls of the same age, they play together at such an age. Yes? And Krishna first performed the Govardhan lifting Leela. Yes, he first showed the opulence of his strength. Right? And then he went and did the Rasa Leela. When he was 7, first Govardhan Leela. Govardhan Dharan Leela. Then going and doing the Rasa Leela. So that is not something which is... It's very stupid to say. And many times the gopis who were there in their homes when Krishna played the 5th note in the Rasa Stali, inviting all the gopis in the midnight for the Ras. Yesterday was Kartik Purnima. 1 month ago was Sharat Purnima. That is the day where this Rasa Leela took place. And Krishna expanded the time so much so that it was contained within almost the night of Brahma. It was the night of Brahma. That much time the gopis experienced. So it is the soul of the gopis, they all came. Yeah, it was performed on a spiritual platform. The souls of the gopis came and that Rasa Leela happened on the soul platform, which is very pure. Right? Another thing that we understand is ultimately everybody is Krishna's energy. Sorry to give such an example, but this is what is an example given in Shastras. Suppose a boy on a road, walking on a road, and a girl is walking on a road, and he tries to, mess with her, try to abuse her. Then she will get a tight slap. Who the hell are you? Right? But if a person is meddling with his own hands, he kisses his own hands, is there any problem? No, it's your body, you can do whatever you want. So even that way, if you see, Krishna was ultimately engaging with his own part and parcels. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with this particular pastime. And if you see there is something wrong, then Shukadeva Goswami, the greatest of sannyasis, or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is also one of the greatest sannyasis, he wouldn't even let women come near him. Will such great personalities ever be discussing this? Look at the 6 Goswamis. They had spotless character. They led very exemplary lives in Vrindavan. Would they discuss such subject matters? This is what the subject matter of discussion is among the greatest sannyasis, the Vaishnava Acharyas. They would sit and discuss this. So, what is wrong with this? In fact, it is said that one should first go through the first 9 cantos, which is the greatness of Krishna. And to the degree one assimilates this greatness of Krishna, then one will be able to appreciate the sweetness of Krishna, the Krishna's Madhurya. And then later on one becomes on a liberated platform. You become liberated by studying the first 9 cantos, hearing them, preparing your consciousness, and with that consciousness, when you hear the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, then what happens? That is when we will be able to understand. So this is a pastime. These all leelas are meant for liberated people. When ordinary persons would ask Srila Prabhupada, please tell us about Ras Leela, Prabhupada would say, I am not qualified to discuss. But that was his humility in saying indirectly that you guys are not qualified to listen. Right? So this is the Adi Rasa. Yes. So why this phenomena of sex is mentioned here? Yes. First of all, even in material platform, sex is not something which is perverted. In fact, Krishna says that the sex which is in line with the religious principles is him. Dharma aviruddho bhuteshu kama asmi bharatarsham. I am that sex which is meant for procreating and taking care of Krishna conscious children. So that way, even when is there perversion? The perversion is there when there is the mentality to enjoy. That is perversion. But ultimately, what is the lowest in the material world? If you see the material world in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is described as a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. Urdhva moolam adha shakam ashwatta prahuravyayam chandamsi yasya parnani sattvam veda savedavit. So the bottommost thing in this material existence, if you see the perverted reflection, so the original substance, that is the topmost. So parakiya bhav, that is the topmost rasa. Right? And to understand this, we have to become liberated, minimum. And then we need lots and lots of mercy. Then that's possible. Okay, somebody else would like to read? Who is ready? Yes. Her Grace Dayamai Radhanath. Go ahead.
Krishna. According to Srila Jiva Goswami's statement, in accordance with authoritative sources, Lord Krishna is the source of all other incarnations. It is not that Lord Krishna has any source of incarnation. All the symptoms of the Supreme Truth are present in the person of Lord Krishna. And in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord emphatically declares that there is no truth greater than or equal to himself. In this stanza, the word Swayam is particularly mentioned to confirm that Lord Krishna has no other source than himself. Although in other places, the incarnations are described as Bhagavan because of their specific functions, nowhere are they declared to be the Supreme Personality. In this stanza, the word Swayam signifies the supremacy of the Summum Bonum.
Okay, so many times people, they think they have framed a very intelligent question by saying, oh, God created all of us? We say, yes, God created all of us. Then who created God? So people ask this question and they say they have cracked everything. Now we have really, silenced the spiritual practitioners. Now tell me. But the very meaning of Swayam Bhagavan means the person who doesn't have any creator. Just like if you look at a locomotive train, there is an engine that is driving the train. So who is driving the engine? The engine itself is self-driven. That's why the entire bogie is able to drive. Right? That is when the bogie will all follow. So same way we need to understand that personality who has not been created, who doesn't have any source. He himself is the source of himself. That's why it's called Swayam Bhagavan. Right? He is the source. Who is the source of Krishna? Krishna only is the source of Krishna. Right? He doesn't have any other external source. He is his source. That's why this word Swayam is significant. And Krishna has told this in Bhagavad Gita, Ham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate. Anyone, everyone, spiritual world, material worlds, incarnations, everybody has come from me because I am the master of everyone. Again in the 7th chapter he confirms, Matta parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. There is nothing superior to me. And this should be our conception while we are chanting the holy name. When we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, there will be many distractive thoughts which might come. Which will come, definitely will come. Right? When they come, what you have to tell the thought? Matta parataram nanyat. There is nothing superior to Krishna. So you please wait. Now first I will attend Krishna. Then I will attend you. Yeah, you have to talk to the mind like this. Oh, you are bringing all these thoughts, Prabhu, please wait. First Krishna, then all of. Okay, so well, let me do this, then I'll do that. So first we will be with Krishna. So that is a conception that we need to exercise every time we get distracted in our japa. Matta parataram nanyat. Okay, so let's discuss about Samam Bonam. Who's ready to read? Okay, Bhakti Sundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. The Samambonan Krishna is one without a second. He himself has expanded himself in various parts, portions, and particles as Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, Tad Ekatma, Prabhava, Vibhava, Vilasa, Avatara, Avesha, and Jivas, all provided with innumerable energies just suitable to the respective persons and personalities. Learned scholars in transcendental subject have carefully analyzed the Samambonam Krishna to have 64 principal attributes. All the expansions or categories of Lord possess only some percentage of these attributes, but Sri Krishna is the possessor of the attributes 100%, and his personal expansions such as Swayam Prakasha and Tad Ekatma up to the categories of the avatars who are Vishnu Tattva possess up to 93% of this transcendental attributes. Lord Shiva, who is neither avatara nor avesha nor in between them, possesses almost 84% of the attributes. But the jivas, all the individual living beings in different statuses of life, possess up to the limit of 78% of the attributes. In the conditioned state of material existence, the living being possesses these attributes in very minute quantity, varying terms of the pious life of the living being. The most perfect living beings as is Brahma. Living being is Brahma, the supreme administrator of the one universe. He possesses 78% of the attributes in full. All other demigods have the same attributes in less quantity, whereas human beings possess the attributes in very minute quantity. The standard of perfection of a human being is to develop the attributes up to 78% in full. The living being can never possess attributes like Shiva, Vishnu, or Lord Krishna. A living being can become godly by developing the 78% transcendental attributes in fullness, but he can never become a god like Shiva, Vishnu, or Krishna. He can become a Brahma in due course. The godly living beings who are residents of the planets in the spiritual sky are eternal associates of God in different spiritual planets called Haridhama and Maheshadhama. The abode of Lord Krishna above all other spiritual planets is called Krishnaloka or Goloka Vrindavana. And the perfected living beings, by developing 78% of the above attributes in fullness, can enter the planet of Krishnaloka after leaving the present material body. Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you so much for reading this. This requires some explanation. Now we would have heard certain names. Now this is very, very important for all of us to understand, right? And there are different mentions. The names were mentioned. One by one I'll tell. Later on I'll check if you understood. So examples, the various, I would like to give some examples to explain all the different forms and manifestations of Krishna, right? So first is Swayam Rupa. Swayam Rupa is who? Swayam Rupa is Vrindavan Krishna, right? It is Krishna's original form. What is it called? Swayam Rupa form. Yes, Krishna's original form in Vrindavan is called Swayam Rupa, right? Then there is Swayam Prakasha. Who is Swayam Prakash? Swayam Prakash is the form that is Krishna only, but a slight physical and emotional variance. Example, Balramji. Right? Balramji is one example who doesn't look exactly like Krishna. There is variation in his color, in his behavior, his mood. Right? So he is called as Swayam Prakash. So one is Swayam Bhagavan or Swayam Rupa. Second comes Swayam Prakash. The third one is Tadeka Atma. So who is Tadeka Atma? Tadeka Atma means that they are identical with, they are Krishna's direct expansions and quite identical with Krishna. Tadeka Atma. That is why they are called Tadeka Atma. And they are Krishna, Dwarka Krishna, Mathura Krishna. Right? So Krishna and Mathura and Dwarka. They are the same personality, but they have a different mood. Aishwarya Bhav is there. Yes, Krishna doesn't play the flute. Krishna doesn't dress like a cowherd boy. He dresses like a king. His bhav is Aishwarya Bhav. Right? So that way, if you see, that is Tadeka Atma Rupa. Okay? Then there is Prabhava. Prabhava is where Krishna is manifesting in the same form. But there is no much variation because Tadeka Atma has two categories. One is called as Prabhava, the second is called Vaibhava. So Prabhava, again, here Krishna expands in the same form, just like Ras Leela is Prabhava of Krishna. Right? It's the same Krishna dancing with gopis. If you see Vaibhava is also Krishna with slight minute variations up to, in the sense, in order to match with the number of his queens, Dwarka queens. So that is Vaibhava, where Krishna expanded into 16,108 expansions just so that he could be with the queens differently, and then all of them used to merge and go as one Krishna. So each form of Krishna actually modified himself to match the beauty of the queens. Whereas here in Prabhava, Krishna does not change himself to, he was the same Krishna who was dancing with all the gopis, and he did not change any features. But in Dwarka, some queens were a little tall, so Krishna also grew a little tall. Some had raised nose, so Krishna also had raised nose. Some had a little bit of very beautiful, small eyes. Krishna also had that kind of eyes. So certain features he had adjusted in order to look matching with his queens. That's called as Vaibhava. Then there is Vilasa. Vilasa in general means that Krishna expands into various other playful Leela. But at the same time, he's Krishna, but he has a different mood altogether. Yes, mood and appearance. So one of the categorization of Vilas can also be Balarama, Sri Rama, right? Ramachandra, Balram, all of them. Then comes avatars. Avatars are incarnations, those who descend. Avatar means those who descend and come to this world. Rama, Varaha, Narsimha, Vamana, etc. We all know them. Then there is Avesha. Avesha, again we discuss this. Shakti Avesha, Bhakti Avesha, Narada, Vyasa, Prithu, etc. And finally there are Jivas. Yes, we are Vibhinnamshas. We are And even the Aveshas are also Vibhinnamshas. The Swamshas and Vibhinnamshas. Swamshas are all Vishnu Tattvas. So they possess 60 qualities, 93%. Shiva is neither a Jiva nor he is Krishna, nor he is Vishnu Tattva. So he possesses 50 qualities. 55 qualities, 55 qualities. And if you look at Brahma, Brahma possesses 50 qualities in full. Demigods possess 50 qualities in not complete. And we regular Jivas don't even have that much as as demigods have. But by the practice of sadhana bhakti, one will develop gradually complete qualities. So those 50 qualities will come in complete. That is when one is qualified to enter into the abode of Krishna. So there are 4 abodes. We say Goloke eva nijadamni talecha tasya devi mahesha haridama suteshu teshu. Right? So this particular shloka comes in Brahma Samhita. So there is first Daivi Dham. We are all in Daivi Dham, this material world. Above the Daivi Dham is the Mahesha Dham. There also people are perfected beings, because that's the abode of, that's Vaikuntha. It's no more Kunta. Kunta is only Daivi Dham. But that's at the border, and they are all devotees of Sadashiva. Sadashiva is non-different from Mahavishnu. And Sadashiva protects, he is the guardian of the Vaikuntha Loka in total. And then there is, above that is Haridhama. Haridhama is Vaikuntha Dham, where all living entities are having this 4-handed form. Yes. And then above that is the Goloka Dham. Yes, that is Krishna's abode, the highest abode of Krishna. And that is the experience of all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So we all wish to go to Goloka Vrindavan. So once there was one devotee, funny speaker, funny in the sense, yes, he is very humorous in a good sense. And a devotee said, Prabhu, I feel that my Swarupa is with Ram and I might want to go to Vaikuntha Loka. So the speaker said, all the best, but Prabhu will miss you in Golok. Yes, so that's the highest rasa where we are going to be there. Yeah. So this was amazing, hearing about the different forms: Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, Tadeka Atma, Prabhava, Vaibhava, and Vilasa, Avatara, Avesha, and Jiva. The different aspects very beautifully listed by Prabhupada, and these are all explanations which are given in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. In detail, we will study about them when we studied the second chapter about Lord Chaitanya. That's when we understand these terminologies, right? So what is the whole essence behind this particular shloka 1.3.28? The whole essence is, even my spiritual master was explaining this in the yatra that we had. It is very important for all of us to understanding the personality of Krishna. It is the highest. We have to know this. It is the highest knowledge. There is no knowledge which is superior to the knowledge of understanding about Krishna. Yasmin vigyarte sarvametu vigyatu bhavati. If you have understood Krishna, you have understood everything. But the way to understand Krishna is first gradually by understanding all his incarnations. Yes. We understand the Purusha avatars, how they perform creation. We understand the Guna avatars, how they are doing the Srishti, Sthiti, Pralay, the population, the existence, and the destruction. One avatar we discuss gradually. We understand Kapila Dev. We understand Narsim Bhagwan. We understand about Kurma, Matsya, Hari, Parshuram, Ram, Vamana, all of them gradually, one by one. When we understand and keep hearing from Guru and understanding these forms, ultimately these all various incarnations contain the various opulences of Krishna. Yes, and then after understanding all of them very systematically, then we come to the personality of Krishna. Right? And even in the personality of Krishna, his Goloka Leela is very confidential. Even in the Golok Leela, the highest rasa of Vatsalya Ras is the Damodar Leela, which we were all celebrating every day the last month, remembering this wonderful pastime. And in the Madhuri Leela, the topmost Leela is the Rasa Leela, right? So we gradually understand all these Leelas, and then finally comes this Rasa Leela. So we have a lot to do, a lot of homework by understanding the different various incarnations of Krishna first. And even Jayadev Goswami worships all these incarnations by Keshavadrita, Meena Sharira, Keshavadrita, Kurma Sharira, Keshavadrita, Krishna assumed this form. That's how we worship. So every incarnation, we see them as an incarnation of Krishna. Then ultimately coming to Ramayana, we understand the personality of Rama, who is a Purna avatar. Yes, and then we understand Krishna. It's a lot to do. We have a long way to go. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Okay. Jai Radha Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, great class. I wanted to ask you a few questions. One is, how many qualities, the attributes does Balramji have? You said he was non-different from Krishna himself. Does he have all 64 qualities, or does he have less? Because you said he looks different from Krishna and his personality is slightly different.
Yes. If you look at Balaramji, also comes under his Swayam Prakasha. So as Prabhupada mentioned in the purport, that Swayam Prakasha, 2 avatars, all of them, they have 60 only. So Balramji doesn't play the flute. Of course, he holds in Nandagaon. If you go to Nanda Bhavan, there Balram is also standing like Krishna. He's dressed like Krishna. And that mood is mentioned. Why? Balram is closer to Nand Baba. So he's standing next to Nanda. And if you look at Krishna, Krishna is standing next to Yashoda. But they both are playing the flute. The only difference there you will see is Balramji's, if you have proper darshan, is slightly taller. Second thing, his eyes are a little reddish because of drinking Varuni. But they are exactly, he's also playing, that is the only place he's playing the flute. Why they have done like that? Is because, of course, there is Radharani and there are 2 of Dhanasuka, Manasuka, the 2 friends who of Sridhama and Subal of Krishna. They are also there in the house. 2 friends of Krishna are also there. Because when Krishna Balram leave, that time Sridhama looks like Krishna and Subal looks like Balram. So they used to treat them as Krishna Balram and they used to remember them. So yeah, there they have similar. That's the only place where I've seen Balram playing flute. Why they do that is because now the kids fight, right? Small kids. So if you give one thing to one brother, the second brother also needs it. That's why they gave them like that. But otherwise, Balramji doesn't have Venu Madhuri. That reduces one quality. Bhakta Madhuri. It's not that he's always surrounded by his... Yes, he also has a set of gopis, he has a set of friends. But it's Krishna who's the center all the time. Even Balramji adds to that. He also becomes one of the personalities. Then Leela Madhuri. Balram performs Leelas occasionally, but killing of Dhenukasur, killing of Pralambasur, killing of Dvivida Gorilla. Yes, he also has his Ras Leela at Ramaghat. But not that many sweet pastimes as Krishna. The sweetness in Krishna Leela is different altogether. And Rupa Madhuri. Yes, Krishna stands in 3-fold bending form. Balramji doesn't do that also. It's not that he's not beautiful, but the way Krishna is very enchanting, captivating, standing in 3-fold bending form, that's not there in Balramji. No. So Balram has 60 qualities. So does Ram, so does Narasimha, so does all the incarnations. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. If there's no other questions, could I ask another question?
Yes, why not?
Okay. You mentioned, Prabhuji, that we need 78% of the attributes, 50% or 50 of them to get to the spiritual world. And you mentioned Brahma has all of them in full. So why is he in Tapalok and not in the spiritual world? Is it only because of the service he has to do for the Lord? That's why he's there? Because he's qualified, based on what you said, he's qualified to enter the spiritual world with the 50 qualities.
Brahmaji is given those, just like demigods are given those potencies to serve. Brahmaji, the best jiva of this universe, is also given those potencies. He's given those. And if he utilizes those potencies and serves Krishna without getting trapped into the ego of being a creator, yes, he will go back to Godhead. On the other hand, if Brahmaji becomes attached to his own creation, he'll become Jiva like all of us. And at one point of time, when we came from the spiritual world, the first position that we all got is also that of Brahma. Right? We were all Brahmas. So that post requires that opulence, so is given.
And then to go to Golok Vrindavan, do you have more than 50 qualities, or it's just the different types of qualities
50,
we
50.
have?
We can develop only up till 50. We cannot develop those qualities. It's mentioned, right, in the purport. Right?
Maximum 78%. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. No other question? In that case, we would like to thank each and every one of you for taking part. And right, so we also have a Bhagavad Gita discussion. Those of you who wish to attend are most welcome to attend the Bhagavad Gita class, which will start after 5 minutes. Okay, so I would like to thank our Anupam Govind Prabhu, who is there.